Don't embarrass yourself when you're in a foreign country.
It's so easy to.
I think that's that it should go without saying. Unfortunately, it's not.
I embarrassed myself in Italy.
What do you do?
I went to a restaurant and the table was tilted like 30 degrees. And I told the waiter, I said, "Can we sit at a table that's flatter?" And he said, "You're in Rome." And I was like, "Oh, I'm such a fool."
Yeah, when in Rome, the table, everything rolls off the table.
And then when I was leaving the restaurant after it was an all right meal, I was deathly afraid they were going to serve me like $100 bottle of wine.
Ooh, that you couldn't deny.
Yeah. So €100 rather.
Right.
And then when I was getting up from the table, I knocked over the water pitcher and it just smashed into a million pieces on the ground.
And it was $100 water pitcher?
No, and the guy was like, just go. And I was like, okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You should start trying to pick up all the glass and then cut yourself and then start bleeding all over everything and making it way worse of a deal.
But to quote Fred, in my defense, the table was tilted, so if anything happened at all to the table, even a slight bump, everything was going to turn over.
Yeah, that's a quote from me. I've said that.
Yeah, if you give the table a slight bump, everything will turn over.
Fred's kind of a in my defense guy.
In my defense, to be fair.
And everyone's always so fair with you.
I was saying that like crazy. That was like my thing, I would say, for a while.
You were saying to be fair?
Was I saying to be honest?
You were saying to be honest.
Yeah, TBH.
I had like a stitch.
I've tried to stop saying the word imagine on this podcast because that's how I start 50% of my sentences.
Imagine that.
I was going to say, I have to stop saying I was going to say.
Yeah, just say it.
Yeah.
And then you won't have to gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, what's my new thing? I definitely have a new thing that I'm not consciously aware of, I bet.
You know what you should be aware of.
Am I still saying like 200%?
Honestly, not crazy.
You have like 175%.
Yeah, I'm making gains. I'm making gains in the world.
Well, no, you've
I've increased my decrease of percentage.
Yeah.
Well, every episode of the podcast we get better, and this is the best episode yet. Edge of Talking podcast, the podcast about topics where we attempt to talk about the topic or not. My name is Ian.
My name is Hank.
And my name is Fred.
And like I said before the break, we're trying to get better every single episode.
We're always looks maxing.
Are we? Have you been breaking your jaw with a little hammer?
Yeah, I always keep that little hammer on me. Interestingly enough, the clavicular guy, he had a big fan.
He had a big fan.
You never guess who it was.
Donald K. Trump.
Kameni.
Oh, the guy who's dead?
The guy who's also dead. I'm actually not sure if that's true, but I read it on somewhere.
You read it online,
yeah,
so who would go online and lie?
It was a news article, so it looked like possible. And
everything you heard on the internet is true.
It kind of makes sense from I suppose an Iranian's perspective, because he's all clavicular is all about getting better. That's his whole shtick, is he likes taking that little hammer and pinging on his bones to get nice, big, hard bones and really improve himself as a person. And I think that kind of resonated with the prime minister of Iran in kind of a self-help kind of way, maybe.
Isn't that sort of vanity basically frowned upon in every religion, every context, every school of thought?
No, it's not. It's not vanity. It's hard work and improvement.
Is it?
Considering nobody who listens to this podcast will ever see you.
Yes,
I think that's vanity.
Yeah, you'll actually never be seen again after this episode.
It's possible.
So make this episode your best performance.
This is going to be my best and my last performance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you're going to be wearing cement shoes after this one's over.
Going out with a thud and a whimper.
Yeah, I'm getting hit with the Wemmy whack or whatever they call the drones.
Fred and I are going to roll you up in a carpet.
Close you up in an oil barrel.
Yeah. And then we're going to wrap that in plastic.
Spray foam, insulation foam around the entire barrel. Yeah.
And put me in a shipping container. and then drop that at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah. We'll jam what was that strait that got jammed up by the
the Hormuz,
the freighter. Yeah,
That wasn't Hormuz, was it?
No,
that
the
was different one.
Suez.
Suez. No, was it?
Sumuz.
I feel like as time goes on, canals become a worse and worse value investment.
Yeah, we'll say it was the Panama one. Panama Canal.
No, it definitely wasn't the Panama.
No, it definitely wasn't.
I liked all the art the people would post online.
It was
of,
the
like
Suez Canal.
an anthropomorphized freighter with like a really big ass like, blocking up a canal.
Oop, did I do that?
Oopsie.
Yeah, because Urkel famously had a huge ass.
Urkel just had a thing.
We already talked about Urkel on a different episode. We can't talk about him again.
Just because we talked about him doesn't mean we can't quote him.
Yeah, we're quoting him. We're not talking about him.
Yeah, as once said by Urkel. I think Urkel also used to say Carl a lot.
Carl. And
no, you were quoting a different thing where someone says Carl.
I was quoting
everything's just a reference to another thing, isn't it? You're quoting llamas with hats.
Yes, I was. I was thinking like Jimmy Neutron, but the character in Jimmy Neutron is Carl.
So you're thinking of Mrs. Fowl saying
Mrs.
the name
Carl.
Carl.
Yes, but then also...
Yeah.
But like, you had like a double entendre there because you meant the unicorn guy and the call lady.
I accidentally triple entendre'd, which is not how entendres work.
Entendre 3000.
I was being so devious with it.
So devious.
You're too much sometimes.
I'm so devious.
That's what they say about me.
Block up a straight.
Oh, does anyone hear that sound?
Butt.
I don't know. One more time?
I heard it. I heard. No, you have to listen really closely.
Everyone shut up. Everyone shut up. Everyone shut up.
No, it was nothing. I'm sorry. I thought I heard something.
Oh, it must have been the wind.
The topic this week is Dastardly.
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 Yes, it's bad. It's very bad. It's very evil. It's dastardly. It's bastardly.
Villainously.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, is it easily confused with Bastardly, or is it not to be easily confused with Bastardly?
I feel like you don't. Bastardly is really funny because it's just like I'm just gonna fuck around and ruin something. But dastardly is more like you have a plan.
There's malicious intent.
Yeah,
Oh,
I feel like you can be dastardly just by being like shallow or crude.
Crude oil.
Now, explain that connection.
Okay, see, like basically the oil is like a little ship, and then you got to have all the little
The
oil
oil
men.
is like a little ship.
Yeah, they got to crew the
yes,
oil.
of course,
They call it the crude oil because they have to drive it around like little tiny oil men.
And why do they call it a cruise missile?
Because it's also a crude missile. little guys and they're piloting it.
There was oil inside of the missile that crewed it.
Yeah.
I bet you during the Cold War there was a brief period where they were thinking about crewing a missile.
The Japanese definitely thought of that.
Oh, you could probably fit like a little mouse or something in there. A mouse detecting
The
missile.
Japanese did not crew a rocket ship.
Kamikaze.
Yeah,
Well,
but that's the
plane isn't
airplane.
like-
Basically cruise missile.
That's when they would lose control of the
Crude
airplane.
missiles.
They wouldn't just do that with a perfectly good airplane.
No, they
would.
would.
They love doing
That's
that.
absolutely what they would do.
All
Yeah,
right, I got to brush up on World War II.
Yeah.
it was
World War
definitely
II
on
was
purpose.
pretty dastardly, but
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's a little bit more than dastardly.
Yeah, that's taking.
Yeah,
bastard
that's like
to the
that's
tone
probably a
level.
little bit more like to the bastard level because like a little bastardly. Up
Well,
there.
no, we've determined that bastardly is below dastardly because bastardly is just kind of like fucking around, but dastardly you're doing it on purpose.
Oh, so they're like double dastardly.
Yeah, they double down on the dastards.
Dastardly to me is like kind of like petty crime almost, up to capital murder.
This is very.
Yeah, what about
petty,
lowercase
yes.
murder?
I would say like it's kind of this like kind of wide breadth, but it's not like not genocide. Like genocide is far beyond being dastardly.
So up to it meaning including capital murder.
I think if you kill one person, it's dastardly.
That's still dastardly.
But I think if you do like a mass shooting, that's not dastardly.
But if you have a big twirly mustache, you can probably kill like 3 or 4 people.
But what if it's like a just a manslaughter?
Of one person?
Yeah, like it wasn't on purpose. Like,
Well, manslaughter's not planned.
that's
yeah,
what I
because then
mean.
that's
so
not
like,
dastardly.
So like you've
That's
killed
bastardly.
one person.
No, that would
but
be
it's
that would
not,
be manslaughter.
There's no like intent behind it.
Well,
so.
no. So manslaughter is bastardly, but capital murder is dastardly.
There we go.
Yes,
settled.
manslaughter is bastardly behavior. That's a good way to think about it.
Yeah.
I think there were a bunch of cartoons that had Dastardly in the name. Like
There was Dick
Dastardly.
Dastardly,
Yes.
who I
Yeah.
could not get away from when researching for
Yes,
this episode.
I had
Every
to
time I would
try
search the
so
word, I would end up with like Scooby-Doo fan sites because apparently he's the villain in the Scoob movie. I didn't know that.
He's
So
also
silly.
the villain in Wreck-It Ralph, isn't he?
Do you know they tried to make a fucking Scooby-verse?
Scoobverse.
You know, remember that animated Scoob movie that came out like 4 years ago, 5 years
Oh,
ago?
the one where
Really?
Velma's kind of nice with it.
I hope you're not talking about the Velma show. Velma.
Not the cartoon, right?
No, the fucking
The live action?
Yeah, what's the
that
one
was more
where-
than 4 years ago, though. That
Hey,
was
this is like a
15 years ago.
CG Scooby-Doo movie that came out like 4 years ago.
Oh, I don't remember that
wait,
one.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
When did Scooby-Doo 3 come out? The one with the
live action?
the human people.
Spooky Island?
The human people.
When you say Scooby-Doo 3,
Yeah, I don't know.
that means absolutely nothing. Because there's like a million Scooby-Doo things. Like, what are you talking about? Scooby-Doo 3.
I like the ones with the people
There's
humans.
Scooby-Doo, which I think is like 2000 or 2001, and then there's Scooby-Doo Monsters Unleashed, which is like 2004
Yeah.
or 5, or maybe 3.
Yeah, Hank, did you see that third sports game that
Oh,
happened?
Sports 3?
But it's like I don't think there's a third live-action movie with Matthew Lillard playing.
Yeah, Matthew
Shaggy.
Lillard. Yeah.
I don't think there's a
great.
third one of those. I think there's only 2 of them
Oh, fuck.
because I think they got too
I
old.
think you're right, yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
they
makes
weren't
sense.
teenagers anymore.
But anyway, no, it's not Scooby-Doo 3. It's the live-action one. I guess he's the villain of that.
Oh. What was it? Does he kill anybody?
I don't think he kills anyone. I think his plot is just I don't even know what his scheme is in that movie.
What is the plot of most of the Scooby-Doo villains? Is it just like, oh, we're gonna scare
Real estate
everybody
fraud?
It-
away
it's
from
usually
this,
real estate
this
fraud.
place so that we can own it and not have any trouble, like with people like coming in to wreck it or something? Like,
It's usually like a guy found pirate treasure, and
Yeah.
then the actual property owner comes and is like, "Oh, pirate treasure," and he's like, "Actually, I'm the ghost of Captain Pirate Roberts,
And it
and
was
I'm
just-
gonna scare the shit out of you."
and it was the janitor or something.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
so crazy to me how like you can find pirate treasure in your backyard and you have to fucking pay taxes on
Yeah,
it.
it's not yours.
And you
Just
give
don't
it to
tell
the
him.
government.
Just don't tell nobody.
Yeah, just sell it to a pawn shop.
You're like, hey, I go to like buy like fucking supermarket shit and I give them a bunch of gold coins and they're like, what the fuck do I do with these?
Yeah, just don't make a YouTube video about it.
Can I
You'll be
pay
fine.
you in rubies?
Doubloons?
Perhaps an emerald.
If someone paid me in an emerald,
I'd take it.
can you imagine a world where like there's no coins and you have to trade precious metals and gems?
Oh man.
Like, just imagine the amount of fraud that's going around.
Oh, yeah.
You have to learn how to like what every single. You have to learn the mouthfeel of every metal. Yeah, you'd be like, "Hey, this is an impure quartz crystal." I don't even know.
No, because there's precedence for that. A lot of video games would be like, oh, here's like a pile of gems, and 4 out of 5 of them will just be pieces of glass that look like gems.
You know what the perfect dastardly crime is? Counterfeiting.
Counterfeit.
Oh, yeah.
That's like
that's
the
right.
perfect. Like you have to be just twisted a little bit, even
'Cause
just a
you're-
little criminal.
You're fucking over somebody just enough so that you don't really feel bad about it.
Yeah,
But you are fucking them over.
You're spreading out the fuckery.
Yeah, because they might not understand right away that you counterfeited the thing, and then the counterfeited goods will go down the line through the branching out to multiple people.
There were reports in my city that there was a bunch of fake $5 bills floating around, and that really got to me.
Oh, that's
Bills.
so smart.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, fives? The thing that's like always going to be in my wallet?
That's crazy.
It's like if someone was counterfeiting 20s. It's like,
Yeah,
what the
that's-
fuck? I get 100. I get 100.
yeah.
I get it.
Most places won't even take 100.
Wasn't there a movie about a bunch of women like counterfeiting $20 bills?
Probably.
It was like a return scam or something. But yeah, I always check my hundreds and 50s, but I never check the 20s.
You're never gonna check a 1.
Ones,
Nobody
yeah.
would ever check a 1, dude. Oh my God. You just put a couple of 1s in there. You can reduce everything you pay for by like ones of dollars.
Do you know they say
Stacks up.
part of the security of the $1 bill is that everybody knows the weight of it and the feel of it. So if someone handed you a $1 bill that was made on a different paper, you would be able to tell immediately that it was not a real $1 bill.
And I work with money like every day, so we had it wasn't, you know, technically they said it wasn't on purpose. They got it from somewhere else. Somebody brought in a movie $20 bill. It was like, it said like not real currency, or like made for motion pictures.
And they're like 80% size, right?
So yeah, so it was like my coworker, like immediately felt something is wrong with this. It's just like, it doesn't feel right. It's different from everything.
It's also way smaller.
It also has giant misses for a movie.
No, yeah,
I think this says something different on it.
she didn't notice it until like an hour after the person who gave it to her had left. It was just like within a bunch of the bills, and she was counting it out like to make a bundle, and she's like, huh.
It's just not lining up at all with any of the other bills.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's not good.
Oopsies. So we were fucked for $20, but you know.
That's crazy.
I had a $50 bill once, and that my grandmother gave to me, and I tried to spend it at Chipotle.
They don't let you do that.
They wouldn't let me do it. They were like, sorry, we can't accept this. I was like, well, that's all I have. And they were like, all right, fine, we'll accept it.
Just kidding.
Wait, what bill was it?
At 50.
That's silly.
I feel like 50s are just rare. So like when you show it to some cashiers, they're like, I ain't never seen that.
It's like when you show up and try to buy some with a $2 bill.
$2 bills are funny. You can get sideways looks from cashiers with a $2 bill.
Whenever I accept the $2 bill, I was like, oh, okay.
You're like, where do I put this? Like, what drawer does this go in?
I put it underneath the hundreds and 50s.
That's good. Accidentally giving the guy $2 instead of $100. All right, I got a little thing for us. A little article.
A little dingle?
Oh, do you now?
Let me just load it up here.
Again, I have to say, I missed the tactile sound of the fluttering pieces of paper.
You know, I do too. But then if I had paper, I wouldn't be able to show you this classic image.
What? Some old guys.
So this is an article titled "The Myth of the Damsel on the Railroad Tracks," and this is by Atlas Obscura, and it was written by Eric Grundhauser, which is also a cool name.
Well, like, if you had an obscure atlas, like you can't really read it very well. It's pretty blurry. What are you gonna do with that?
Well, and I'm thinking of its encyclopedia. Atlas Encyclopedia, it's full of like common knowledge. If
So
it's
it's,
an
like, only
obscure
uncommon
atlas,
knowledge?
then it's very,
So when I thought Dastardly, I immediately thought of mustache twirling, which I think you mentioned earlier.
Yep.
Because I feel like if you're going to be Dastardly, you have to look the part.
Yep. It's part of the stereotype.
Yeah. Like the best crimes are committed by the most handsome criminals.
Yeah, Hank, well, you've seen My Hero Academia.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was literally just.
And everybody who has
it
seen
was
My
a
Hero
deep-
Academia
deep
knows they know what we're talking about.
It's a thought I would never bring up and admit to, but I suppose if somebody says it first.
So most people are familiar with that most cliched of old I can't even speak. Most people are familiar with that most cliched of old cinema tropes, the damsel in distress, tied to the railroad tracks by a dastardly villain, only to be saved at the last moment by a dashing hero. And that's the other thing too. Heroes gotta be dashing.
Very dashing.
As a method of murder, this seems so melodramatic and old-timey that it must have originated back in the days of silent film. But that scene rarely ever occurred, and probably not in the way you think it did. It's really a tricky subject because people have this incredibly specific trope in mind. Villain in top hat, mustache, screaming female victim, said villain tying or chaining the victim to the tracks, said Fritzy Kramer, creator of the silent film blog Movies Silently. But then, when they are told that it was not actually common in silent film, they quickly grab for anything to prove that it did happen. It's such a strange way to phrase all of that.
It did happen, but it didn't happen.
It's like talking to like the straw man off to the side and be like, well, you had to have maybe seen it, haven't you?
For sure.
On her site, Kramer identifies the first occurrence of this type of scene in an 1867 Victorian stage melodrama called Under the Gaslight. The play's stage directions call for one of the characters named Snorky to be tied to the train tracks by the villain.
Old Snorky.
It's close to the scene that we're familiar with, save for the fact that the person on the tracks is a man, and he's saved by the leading lady.
Oh, how progressive.
How progressive. The very first thing was was different. They weren't trying to break the mold. They were making the
creating
mold.
the mold, yeah.
This sort of train-based peril becomes a regular element of the melodramas as a cheap way to generate suspense. Moving into the 20th century and the silent film era, many films took their cues from the same 19th century stage dramas. One of the more famous examples of this kind of story was the serial The Perils of Pauline, which saw the titular heroine, Awooga Awooga, encounter all kinds of scoundrels and villains each week, who would put her in life-threatening danger, although it is important to note that she was never tied to the railroad tracks. This sort of overblown adventure tale became a well-known story trope in its time, but that melodramatic style also inspired some comedies which spoofed some of the more overused elements. At the time, trains were a major form of transportation, and consequently, they showed up as set pieces in many silent films. There were often instances where a character would end up on the train tracks either from falling or being knocked out, such as the movie The Fatal Ring. In many cases, like with that first instance, it would be the male hero who would end up on the tracks having to be saved by a woman.
Really? Really?
So,
Why?
I think it's just funnier that way.
I agree.
Like it adds peril, so it's like the guy that's supposed to be saving the day is like now completely incapacitated.
You'd expect that from a modern filmmaker's perspective, though.
I always wondered, like, wouldn't the train just like see the lady a mile away and stop?
Yeah.
Or the man?
Anybody on the tracks.
Well, what if he's drunk?
Oh, he's train driver DUI.
Well, the other thing is, train drivers back in the day, they weren't really looking at the track most of the time, were they? They were kind of shoveling coal the whole time.
I think when you were the conductor, that was actually like a prestige position.
Yeah.
So I actually don't think they were that drunk. Because I think they had to like keep schedules and do other
Well,
complicated
also,
stuff.
like, how do you drive a train? It's on tracks. Isn't it just like forwards and backwards?
Yeah.
Speed, I guess, maybe?
No, but you have to be able to like
Apply the brakes.
Well, they also had flaggers, so you had to be able to read signals and like, you know, being a train is a huge fucking problem.
Yeah.
That you're driving around, so you got to make sure that
You are the problem.
Like, and if a rail line goes both ways, like if a train could be hurtling at you in the other direction, like you gotta be ready. Oh my god!
If something comes hurtling at me, like it's never a good sign.
What's the biggest thing that's ever come hurtling at you, Hank?
Probably a. That's a good question.
Have you been hit by a car? You seem like you may have been hit by a car at some point in your life.
I've been like nudged by a car. When I was in high school, I got like kind of ran over. Like not like ran
over. Like you went under the car.
I got kind of ran under. Like I got kind of boop scooped by a car. It pulled up behind me and I like sat in the hood.
Okay.
That wasn't hurtling though.
No.
I feel like have I ever been hurtled at by a horse? I feel like I might have been hurtled by a horse maybe.
For me, like a baseball for sure.
Oh, a ball. Yeah, actually. But a ball is pretty small.
Has anyone thrown a GameCube controller at you?
No, we haven't. No. We've gotten pretty salty sometimes, but never that salty.
I've never gotten mad at a video game.
Yeah, you keep saying that.
I only play for joyful enjoyment. No,
I think I've seen you mad at the game twice.
Yeah, do you believe that? He's vehemently.
I've seen. Actually, no, I think I've seen you stand up and put your hands on your head. But that's about as bad as your reaction has ever got.
I was just kidding. I was doing it for the bit.
He refuses to admit that he's ever gotten mad at any video game.
Never in my entire whole life.
It's just a game. Why you have to be mad?
Oh, the classic quote.
Yeah.
Hurdling. I've hurdled. I've definitely hurdled
at people before.
Yeah, I probably hurdled that. I probably hurdled at people.
I got tackled at full speed in middle school.
Oh.
Yeah, I definitely got tackled at full. And I've also tackled a good handful of people. I probably have like 50% on tackles either way.
50% on tackles?
We played a lot of Kill the Carrier when I was in elementary school. That's a pretty good percentage,
I gotta say.
I feel like you went to like a rough and tumble school.
Yeah, we just had like a baseball field where there was no adult supervision.
Yeah, that's par for the course for the middle school.
I like how in elementary school there's like a playground and there's stuff to do, and then you get to middle school and they go stand in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And you stand out there and they go, and don't do anything.
See, you couldn't get into fights. Nobody could get into fights, but tackling was a free pass.
Technically not fighting.
Yeah, it's technically not fighting.
Did you guys? Oh, fuck yeah, you're right. We had, I was going to say we didn't have recess at middle school, but we did. It was literally go eat lunch and then go stand in front of the school or in the parking lot for 20
Yeah,
minutes.
that's what we used to do.
You
And
guys
forgot
didn't have
about
the wood
that.
chips
all that would lead to is like learning slurs.
in
I-
It's
Foursquare.
like really,
wall ball.
no, we didn't even have stuff like that. I think we had like a tennis court, but there was only one of them, and they never gave us tennis rackets. So it's like
You just
if,
run around the
someone
tennis
was
court.
lucky enough to bring a tennis ball, you could play like handball.
Nice.
Dude, I'm like not even
the
kidding.
net.
My school had we had like the parking lot with the four squares, kind of like the wall of the school with a wall ball. We had like a little jungle gym with wood chips, and then we had like fucking 2 like baseball fields.
Your middle school? Or your
No, elementary.
school?
It's probably
Okay, I was gonna
elementary.
say,
Middle school was.
How many middle schools have
The
playgrounds?
fuck did I do in middle? The fuck do we have for recess
That's
in middle
so
school?
you're coming to the
They should have put like just a bunch of
Thing that I
tires.
was going
You know,
through.
like at the military training, how they have to like put their legs in the tires.
Oh yeah, the obstacle courses.
They just have
be
shit like
fun.
that out there in the field for middle schoolers. You know, it's still fun.
Something to challenge yourself with
Yeah.
while you're.
Wait, I don't even
working
think
off
we
lunch.
had recess in middle school.
That's what I was. That's what the same. You're going through the epiphany that I was going through a second ago.
Yeah, it's just standing out in the lot.
Oh, I do remember. I became the corner coach for a fight that happened. His name was. Oh, I shouldn't say his
Oh,
name.
it was lunch. It was lunch. We had lunch
Yeah, it was.
instead of
It
recess.
was lunch recess, kind of, sort of.
They used to kick us out. They wouldn't let us stay in the lunchroom.
Really?
yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, they was like, all right, you finished lunch. All right,
Get out.
get the fuck out.
Dude, I was one of the cool kids. I would eat in the band room.
That's not cool at all.
I wasn't even in band.
That's the most.
How do we break it to him?
I don't know. He already knows.
There were girls in there. It was fun.
Goyles.
Oh my god! No, I became the corner coach. He was fighting some guy. I don't really remember the reason why, but he was using his lunchbox with an ice pack in it as a weapon.
That's
Coward.
dastardly.
The other guy-
That's a dastard behavior.
The other guy wasn't, and he was actually my friend, which is kind of funny.
So you were coaching someone to fight your friend.
Yes, I was kind of doing it jokingly, but I was also kind of friendly with this kid too. So he swung his lunchbox around a couple times, backed up, and I came up behind him and did the shoulder massage, like, "Oh, you got this, man, you got this." Just swing it a couple more times.
Damn,
And
I
then,
wish I had security footage of this happening.
Yeah, that would have been nice. I don't think he connected with the lunchbox. Maybe once, but it was glancing off the arm or something.
One time at my school, I think I was in 7th grade, they decided to give us a barbecue outside. So instead of just going outside and standing in the parking lot, you could eat in the parking lot.
Oh,
And think about, we were so excited. We were like, oh, hamburgers, hot dogs, all sorts of stuff. So we get out there, and the principal, he's got the apron on. He's out there grilling.
Principal was grilling
The
for
principal
you?
was out there
Oh,
grilling.
brings a tear to
I
my eye.
wanted the hot dog. I go out there. I'm holding the bun. I got the paper plate in the other hand. He puts the hot dog in the bun. I take a bite. The hot dog is burnt on the outside and frozen on the inside.
Hell yeah!
And I remember thinking I think that was the last time I ever got excited about anything. Because after that, I was like, I'm just setting myself up for disappointment.
I see.
That
was your lesson in expectation setting.
Yeah, my expectation was, oh wow, I'm gonna have a great lunch, and then I had the worst lunch I could think of.
did you guys have ceiling spaghetti at your school?
Ceiling spaghetti. What the fuck?
Whenever we get ceiling,
Whenever we get ceiling spaghetti,
We had ceiling
we would
spaghetti.
get spaghetti, and you'd try to, because you know how the top of the cafeteria, at least ours, it was fucking bars and shit,
Oh my God,
support
dude.
beams and shit, and just tubes and shit, and people would fucking whip spaghettis up there.
Spaghetti up into
And-
the bars of the ceiling.
90% of the time one stick, but one kid, dude, he got the fucking critical hit. He got the spaghetti up there perfectly, and it stayed there the entire year.
He's just so good at it.
It was so cool. Every time I go eat lunch, I'd be like, "There's the spaghetti. There's spaghetti's up there."
it's a spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Well, just to finish off my article,
Yep.
that was basically it.
So
It basically just goes on to describe that this thing basically never happened
Yeah.
and just became a trope in people's heads.
The origin of the dastardly villain was never really a thing.
That's
It's
crazy.
like a trope born from a misunderstanding
It's a Mandela effect.
of an actual.
They
yeah,
deleted it. It's an alternate universe.
yeah. We entered a different universe where women get tied to the tracks and not men.
So, yeah, wait, that's so weird. So it wasn't a sexist trope until we made it sexist.
It became sexist
Yes.
over time.
Interesting.
Just goes to show you. I don't know what it goes to show, but it just shows you.
Dastardliness.
Does show ya.
It shows dastardliness.
That's right.
I think
I was gonna
sexism is
say
dastardly.
you coaching that kid to fight your friend. That's bastardly.
Oh yeah. What doesn't quite reach dastardly.
No, it's kind of like I'm just gonna fuck around.
I'm the agent of chaos.
All right, Fred, you want to go next?
Yes. I want to go home.
I was gonna say I could go
show's
next
over, folks. Everyone, pack it in.
Sorry.
and make Fred go last so he can't read his guide again.
Again. All right, so this is from inkle.com.
Inkle.
Inkle. This is an article written by Neil Jeffries, March 17th,
Neil Jeffrey.
2026. This is a very recent article.
I can't wait to hear what it says.
So this is the title, which is weird because they put a quote as the title. So there I was slinging names about and accusing them of all sorts of things, dastardly deeds and vile occurrences. Feuding and in crisis, Deep Purple combined two high-profile figures to create an anti-censorship classic.
Deep Purple.
The band Deep Purple.
There was a band called Deep Purple. They were like an alt rock, would you say, or just regular rock, kind of?
They were like rock back when like there wasn't that much.
Yeah, it was like progenitor rock.
Oh.
No, they were like late 70s, right?
Late 70s.
Deep Purple.
Yeah, 1972. Yeah.
That's not late 70s. I was wrong.
Well, 70s in
Everyone's
general.
being polite.
Nobody's ever. Can we be mean to Ian every once in a while? I think no, we're never mean to Ian.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. It was
Yeah.
the early 70s, you dick.
Okay.
I forgot more than you know.
So if there's anything if there's anything likely to upset Ian Gillan more than a self-styled moral crusader with a viewpoint diametrically opposed to his own, it's two of them. And Ian Gillan is like the front man for Deep Purple. Back in 1972, with Deep Purple Mark II at the height of their fame and touring to promote Machine Head, the holier-than-thou duet were Mary Whitehouse and Lord Longford. So,
Lord Longford.
yeah. So Mary Whitehouse was a huge into censorship. So she ran like this radio and TV like don't say any bad naughty words organization. And so she was
into censoring stuff.
She would make a great first lady. Imagine being Mrs. Whitehouse in the White House.
Oh my God.
But this was Britain though, so it doesn't really count.
Oh my
move
God.
here?
Off with her head.
Yeah, so
That's
she,
French.
She would campaign to Parliament and
Stop saying naughty words.
and
Salute.
Stop saying bollocks.
and she was a teacher. She was a former teacher who was into sex education.
Stop saying sex.
And Lord Longford was
He loved sex.
He was born to play the part.
He was actually in the government, and he he had a lot to do with penal reform.
Oh, you know what they
Really?
say about him? He's got a
Yeah.
very long furred. It's got penal reform.
Okay. Hang on, we got a sound effect for that, don't we?
Okay.
No, he just believes in justice system reform. Not that kind of penal.
It's different, okay?
It's not as good as meteorologist.
Hold on, I have to enter my fucking email address, even though I did this already.
Log into the damn website.
Oh, hold on, there's not a period there. It's not fucking working.
Anybody else?
Fucking, I'll go remote access. It's on my desktop. Hold on. Unless I closed it, that would be tragic.
That's funny.
So, committed Christian Whitehouse, in her assumed role as guardian of Britain's moral standards, led the Clean Up TV campaign. She wouldn't let anyone say bloody on television.
Oh no.
On the
Yeah.
television.
On the-
Oh no.
They actually call it the telly over there.
Tele.
On the tuba.
That's why I said television.
On the on the tube. No, the tube is what they call the subway.
Tube.
Tube. And then, as Purple were about to commence sessions for what would become Who Do We Think We Are, the album name,
I am.
news broke that former Labour Minister and Knight of the Garter Lord Longford was campaigning for the release of Moore's murderer Myra Hindley. So he was that was like this whole thing where Myra and her other guy did some really disgustingly horrible things to a bunch of kids.
Oh, nonce.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah, you can't. Don't say nonce.
and like murdered them. It was fucking horrendous. And so this Lord Longford, into penal reform, was like, oh,
Penal?
she's a reformed woman. Blah, blah, blah. She wasn't. She was.
So I don't really understand what's going on here.
So Deep Purple
The
was a
band.
band
Yeah.
that in 1972 were kind of going against. They had a lot of feelings about all of this sense of censorship and
Yeah, I can follow that, but
and,
what does this have to do with penal reform and this White House woman?
because so hold on. So the penal
Maybe I just gotta
reform,
wait for you to get there.
the penal reform, they were mad at him because, like, okay, penal reform, but at what cost? Are we really about to let this woman who, like, murdered and did naughty things to these children out into society again just because she said she's reformed? And are we really gonna do that? And are we really gonna do that with all the rest of the people that did that sort
She's
of
like,
thing?
no, I said you can't say bloody on TV. That means I'm like the new Jesus. Please reform me of all my crimes.
So in the middle of all of that censorship and the fact that he was about to do this thing, he recalls Mary Whitehouse and Lord Longford were particularly high-profile figures at the time with very waggy finger attitudes. On reflection, it's a little bit unfair because the generation before, in the post-war period, were extremely generous to us, but it's just natural to rebel. So they were rebelling. And so they made a song called Mary Long, which is a combination of Mary Whiteford and Lord Longford.
Mary, don't touch the kids and chop their everything off.
That was
no.
Mary?
That was, they combined the names of the two people into
But
the
Mary
song.
had killed someone and did bad things to kids.
No, Lord Longford was the one that was saying that person should be released from prison. Mary was the censorship person.
Yeah.
So
So,
they-
what do they have in common? I'm just not following the story.
Hold. Wait till
I'll
you
have
see
you-
the whites of their eyes.
I'll have you know, I've seen Avatar 1, 2, and 3, and I do not remember the name of the main character sometimes.
So we'll just ignore the names. Just think of the overarching themes.
Okay, I'm trying. I'm trying
remember.
really hard.
So
I always remember.
this name of the song that combines the names of these two other people for purposes grew out of the whole idea of dealing with an imaginary person. It was about the standards of the old generation, the whole moral framework, intellectual vandalism, and all of the things that exist throughout the generations. He had a lot of issues with the religion that I grew up with, but as I found out later, those issues exist in all religions. So Mary Whitehouse and Lord Longford became one person, fusing together to represent the hypocrisy that I saw at the time.
So who's Dastardly here?
So there I was, slinging names about and accusing them of all sorts of things, dastardly deeds and vile occurrences. The idea that we are young, we are naked, and therefore we are truthful. I never met a 20-year-old who didn't think that they were immortal and didn't lack an opinion on everything. It was that sort of time. So this Deep Purple wrote a song.
Accusing this.
Okay, wait, no, I understand that. I understand. So basically, you have Mr. Longford. He's like, the kid diddler should be free to go. And then Mary is like, you can't say bloody on TV.
Okay,
and then
so they-
Deep Purple.
They have
wait,
nothing in common. Those two, Longford and Whitehouse, don't have any connection to
No,
each
no,
other.
so-
Except that they were two major politically charged figures of that time period trying to do things that
I
were
see.
bad.
I
They-
see.
they
I
try
thought
the
they
connection.
teamed up to like do censorship and release a criminal.
That would be crazy.
the connection is they both had Deep Purple write the song about them. That's
They both asked Deep
yeah.
Purple to write a song about them.
Yes.
And
Oh,
Deep
and
Purple
they
said,
were
why don't I
married.
write one song that's about both of you?
They donated their names, yes.
Yeah.
And then he goes on to talk about band member troubles. But I decided instead of getting into the boring stuff of that,
Oh,
we're going
that's
to
the boring
that's the boring stuff. We're going to read the song lyrics for Mary Long because that's where the
Mary
actual
Long,
dastardliness
a
comes into
little
play.
lamb.
I like Hank's rendition.
And Hank, I want you to rendition the Mary Long song.
Oh
Here are the
God,
lyrics.
what am I gonna do here? Mary Long is a hypocrite. She does all the things that she tell us not to do, selling fifth from the corner shop and knitting patterns to the high street queue. She paints roses, even makes them smell good. But then she draws titties on the crazy wall, drowns the kittens just to get a thrill.
Drowns the kittens.
Just a thrill. And writes the sermons on the Sonic Chronicle. Chorus. How did you lose your virginity, Mary Long? When did you lose your stupidity, Mary Long? Verse 2. Mary told Johnny not to write such trash. Said it was a waste of public money. Said she made a fuss, then made apologies. But everybody thought the show was funny. When the nation knew you've had some children, it came as a surprise, but we didn't really know you had it in you to have children.
I was trying to do like a little Beastie Boys.
No, I knew what you were going for there. Yeah.
Dude, a lot of this just doesn't rhyme.
No, it's fucking wild and crazy. So let me preface the hypocrisy thing with Mary Whitehouse. You know, anti anything dirty and naughty. She was a sex ed counselor. She became pregnant.
Oh, she
Out of wedlock.
Oh my
Out of
God.
wedlock.
pregnant, dude.
Yep.
How could she?
Complete hypocrite. And everyone was mad at her for it.
Mary Long, you're not alone, but you came a long way behind our times. What we do in full frontal view is more honest than your clean-up mind. What I'm saying, Mary Long, is when you can spare a minute, go find your lovely little porny lord. And dig yourself a hole. How did you lose your virginity, Mary Long? When will you lose your stupidity, Mary Long? There's a lot more.
Yeah, we don't have to go all the way.
There's a lot more.
Find if there's anything like ridiculous.
Oh, there's an outro. Mary Long, Mary Long, Mary Long. Oh, Mary Long, Mary Long. And that's the outro.
Yeah, okay.
I liked at one point your rendition turned into kind of like Sugar Hill Gang, like hotel, motel, Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm like, oh, it's gonna rhyme here, and
Nope.
it's like,
I like it's not a very long.
have
Actually,
a lot of money. I like to the sound of the river.
it's weird because it's like a 4.5, 5-minute song.
It's probably prog, if I had to guess. So it's probably just like a really funky, kind of crazy rhythm.
Yeah. My favorite line was, "Go find your friend the porny lord, dig yourself a hole and jump in it."
Yeah.
So this is just a man calling people names and being dastardly about their intentions and calling
Bunch
shit
of
out.
guys being dudes,
Yeah, this guy's being dudes.
calling out dastardly women.
Yep.
I love how the husband's like, I love crime. We should free all the pedophiles. And then the woman's like, I think boobs are bad.
They weren't married though.
Oh, they weren't married?
No, these were just two. This was the same. We're just two different people. This is just
Dude, I thought they were married.
no.
the
They
whole
were
time.
just two fucked up people, or Hippocratic people. Not Hippocratic.
That would have been so more
Hypocritical.
Hippocratic if they were both married.
I think fucked up weirdos should get together.
Yeah, they'd be such a good couple.
They'll be fucked up together.
Yeah, like I think like two people with like people always talk about like, oh, you know, two opposing viewpoints. You know, sometimes that's a good way to live. It's like no, I'm talking like two people who are crazy in different ways. They should get together and kind of combine into one huge amount of crazy. And I think that would really help.
I think it would.
So like someone who eats the rinds of lemons and someone who eats the tails of shrimps.
Yeah, like those people, like together. Think about the mayhem they could cause at the buffet. Like, do you have any more lemons? And you're like, what?
Or shrimps. We'll take either.
Yeah, lemons and shrimps. So today I got a fun little dastardly deed by one of the most dastardly presidents, actually. It's from rarehistoricalphotos.com. And it's about the amphicar that President Lyndon Johnson would use to prank people in the 1960s.
I've heard that Lyndon Johnson was a crazy sex pervert.
Oh, he was insane. He would take national meetings pooping, like with the door open.
Would one say he was a dastardly sex pervert?
I don't know if he did any sex crimes. He was definitely a sex pest.
He'd be like, look at my pain.
I know he would whip it out all the time
Hey guys,
as
look
a
at
gag.
this.
Like he'd be at like a, what do they call it, correspondence dinner or something, and just like whip it out and everyone would laugh.
Imagine if Biden started doing that.
Who?
Not that kind of podcast.
I don't know any presidents except for Lyndon Johnson.
Nadib.
Oh yeah, I forgot about President Nadeeb. How can I forget our newest president?
So one of the most famous owners of the Amphicar, which is an amphibious car.
What was that word?
They actually
Amphicar?
misspelled it.
Like
It says
amphibian?
Amphicar here, but it's supposed to be an amphicar.
So it's like a duck boat,
It's a duck boat.
but like you can drive it underwater.
Yeah,
You
so
can't
it's
drive
like
it underwater.
It's like a submarine.
No, it's a car boat. It
looks
looks
like-
like a boat that
I
looks like a
see.
car.
It's like
I
someone
see.
drove a Cadillac into the water by accident.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was one of the most famous owners of one. And those leisurely rides created the opportunity for a clever prank that Johnson loved playing on his passengers.
Haha.
It involved barreling the vehicle down a hill into a lake and exclaiming to his passengers that the brakes had malfunctioned. Well, they had no idea that the car was able to float in water.
That is pretty funny.
I would say it's not strictly dastardly though.
No, that's dastardly.
It's bastardly behavior.
No, he's a plan though. If he was doing that with a regular car, that would be bastardly.
But it's
But it's part of like his character, I would say.
And
It's not really a scheme.
it's not malicious. Like nobody gets hurt from it.
Oh, but he's doing it for malicious reasons because he's helping to go to the back like
Nobody's pranking them.
Is pranking dastardly? No, I feel like pranking is kind of dastardly.
I feel like you're kind of just a bastard if you want to trick your friends.
What's the bottom range of dastardly?
Tax
Because
fraud.
Are you being evil if you want to prank your friends? Like, is that how far we're going?
I think dastardly has to be evil. I think bastardly can just be
Yeah.
mean.
Because like this isn't evil per se. Because he's not trying to kill them. He's just like, oh, we're gonna die. But JK,
Granny with a pacemaker.
yeah, that would probably kill her. But
So yeah, we got Joseph A. Califano, the president's special assistant for domestic affairs.
That's
at
what they
the
call
time.
him now.
He recalled his experience as a victim of the boss's prank. The president, with White House Secretary Vicky McCannon in the seat alongside him and me in the back, was now driving around in a small blue car with the top down. We reached a steep incline at the edge of a lake, and the car started rolling rapidly towards the water. The president shouted, "The brakes don't work! The brakes won't hold! Ah, we're going in! We're going under!"
sounds like an old radio show.
Yeah. And then the car splashed into the water. I started to get out, just as the car leveled, and I realized we were in an amphicar. And then the president laughed at me.
I don't know what accent you're doing.
Just like an old politician voice on the radio.
Is it good? You like it? Is it
liked
good?
it.
Is it
I liked
funny?
it. That wasn't bad.
It's evoking a certain politician that I cannot remember the name of.
It's not FDR.
Nixon?
I don't know. I think you're quoting like a TV version of Abe Lincoln or something.
I don't even know what I'm doing, to be honest. I'm just kind of making a funny thing.
It's radio Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, it's like Abraham Lincoln for like a Toyota dealership.
Radio Toyota Lincoln.
They're like 7 years ago, I got an amazing deal at Brookway Toyota.
Town line Brookway.
Toyotathon. Toyotathon of Honda Universe.
Get an extra 5% off MSRP.
30% down.
As we pulled along the lake, and then throughout the evening, he teased me. "Vicky, did you see what Joe did? He didn't even give a damn about his president. He just wanted to save his own skin and get out of the car. Then he'd roar."
That's so funny. You're trying to prank people, then you're mad at how they react to the prank. You're like, he doesn't even care about his president. What do you want him to do? You want him to die with you? Like he's got to get buried next to you in the tomb.
And like it's like convertible, so like even if it did go underwater, like he would just swim away.
float away.
He's like, no, Barry, die with me. I've welded your seatbelt shut.
Go down with the ship.
Barry, you're going down with the ship.
You're doing. I know what you're doing. You're doing Jimmy Stewart.
Who's he?
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's been
I
a while
have
since I've
this
seen
fun
that
thing
movie.
where I'll just assimilate things, and then I'll have no
That's how
idea
you
where it
say
came
that.
from. Yeah, so he's got the penis mobile, a little car, weighs 4,000 pounds.
What? No, why do you call it the penis mobile? Is it because his last name is Johnson and he used to whip it out a lot? Is that why?
Yeah, it's really heavy, you know.
Is that dastardly, whipping your dick out in the front of the entire country?
Didn't we talk about like what is the history of like
Whipping it out?
no of like of the name Johnson. Like how did Johnson become associated?
Oh,
I wonder if they started calling it the Johnson after him.
what if John's son just really liked whipping it out?
Because the John is the toilet. So the penis is sort of the son of the toilet.
Yes.
Every episode we talk about dick.
Oh, it's a Victorian era substitution of polite common surnames for body parts.
That's my second thought. That was my second thought.
Previously, it was called the John Thomas, but was then shortened to the Stiff Johnson bar.
That's where Stiffy came from.
The Stiff Johnson bar. I think if you're a lawyer, you have to pass the Stiff Johnson bar.
Yeah, because the term may stem from the Johnson bar, which is a firm wooden or iron control lever on steam locomotives, which acts as a metaphor for a stiff penis, as Cora says.
It must be pretty hard pulling that lever.
Where's Mary Whitehouse when we need her?
Mary!
I think Mary Whitehouse would not have gotten along with Lyndon Johnson.
No, they would. I think she would be diametrically opposed to his viewpoints.
His viewpoints. His
Well,
one
she did-
viewpoint.
she did have
his worldview of
His
of
one flaccid
exposure.
viewpoint.
What if he could seduce her and he could be the one doing it with her out of wedlock?
Maybe he's the one who impregnated her.
She's like, wow.
Did he ever take? Well, what time period did this take place? Not 1972, so never mind.
No, this would have been
Johnson was president
1960s.
in the mid 60s, right?
This would have
actually,
literally been around the
I
Oh, wait,
same.
no, was he after JFK?
I mean,
Yeah, because JFK got his something happened to him.
So maybe
JFK he got sick and he had to retire from.
I think that's the best summary of JFK's fate I've ever heard. The fate of something happened. He had something happen to him.
Who cares?
Yeah, moving on. Yeah, so Lyndon Johnson impregnated Mary Whitehouse.
He could have, yeah, he could have.
and that's why everyone hates her now.
You know, maybe
They used to love her so much, and then that happened.
Oh, Long Johnson. Oh, Dom's piano.
You're quoting the cats that meow and sound like they're saying stuff. I know all of Hank's deep references.
Yeah, honestly though, I would fucking love an amphicar. Those things are freaking sick.
Yeah, I would probably, if I get rich, I'm gonna buy a duck boat.
They keep talking
Yeah.
about like, oh, flying cars are going to happen.
Those were supposed to happen like 10 years ago.
Well, here's why I don't think flying cars are going to happen. It's because everyone's going to need a pilot's license. It's like you're going to have to go get 100 hours of flight experience.
And then you're gonna have to create highways in the air.
Yeah,
What
you're
about
going to have
a
to create
hot air-
floating traffic signs and
Hot air
floating
balloon
lane
license?
lines.
Yeah, well, 'cause everybody's just gonna fly. Oh, that just produces so much more opportunity for terrorism. Oh my God, Jesus Christ!
Kamikaze everywhere.
Not even kamikaze, just guy looks at his phone for like 5
It
hours.
crashes into a
Flies
skyscraper.
right into your apartment building.
Yeah, people drive into each other's houses enough already. Who's to say it's gonna stop when they make cars fly?
I feel like if you watch the local news in Massachusetts, a car goes through a house every single day.
Well, then again, it's kind of like almost having 1,000 lanes. Like there's so many lanes
There's
now.
so infinite lanes.
Yeah, like so maybe there would actually be even less traffic collisions because everybody can just fly below each other.
No.
No, I don't think that's how that works. Look, how are you gonna fly below the person that's trying to fly below you? You both
Do
just
a
crash into the
loop-de-loop.
ground.
Hank, planes do have midair collisions. Like it does happen.
Yeah, but what's the chance of that?
Not likely, but it has actually happened fairly often in the past couple years,
Oh my God, the birds.
or at least
The
more
birds
likely
are
than
going to be
it
pissed.
had before.
Oh my God, yeah, bird strike. Everyone's
Bird
worried
strike.
about fucking bird strike.
The birds are going to go on strike.
Well, it depends on the method of how we're gonna make the cars fly. If it's gonna be like, all right, we're gonna strap like a couple turbines to our cars like the planes fly, then the bird strike will be a problem.
I like-
But if it's just like gravitational or levitation, fucking
no. I
you
like
know,
the Chinese
bird strike
idea
won't be a
where you
problem.
take 4 drones and you put them on your
Ooh,
seat. and
then
it's
bird
like a
strike
little-
will be a problem.
and then bird strike. Bird strike.
Definitely.
Bird strike.
You're gonna have 4 instances of bird strike.
I feel like we never really achieved lawn chair aerial dominance. Like that guy who put all the weather balloons on the lawn chair and floated around.
Oh, that's cool. Hot air balloon method.
There was the
I feel like we should have pushed that technology so we could like lounge our way to work.
There was that. I think it was a Chinese guy.
Yeah, 'cause you just
hundreds
pop.
of years ago, maybe even like 1,000.
You're talking about the guy who put the fireworks under the thing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and put
that's
firecrackers
not
on his
corroborated.
Yeah, but it's people said it happened, so it might have happened.
Oh, well, in that case.
Fireworks chair? What's this?
He strapped fireworks to his chair to try and fly.
That is kind of like a manned missile.
Yeah.
The man.
Yeah, was it last week or this week we were talking about crude missiles?
That might have been this week.
It's been so long.
I don't remember anything.
That would be a crude missile.
If I ever say
He
anything,
crewed that missile.
if you know me and then you repeat a line from this show to me, I will look at you like it's the first time I've ever heard it, even if it came out of my mouth.
I was like, who said that?
Yeah, they're like, oh, that's pretty funny. Who said that? And they'd be like, you did on episode 4. And I'd be like, huh?
Yeah, we forget everything we say during these episodes almost immediately after we say it.
I remember every commercial I've ever seen, but I don't remember what I've said on this episode.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, oh, wait, but Fred remembered something from episode 4, but then I forgot what he remembered, so I can't actually bring it up.
Immediately forgot what I just said. It's cycling. We're Ouroboros-ing.
I hate Ouroboros. I don't want to talk about Ouroboros anymore. I think he should be kicked off the show.
It's been like 10 episodes since we brought it up. I think this is a good call.
I'm going to push the button.
I forgot more than you know.
Yeah, Ouroboros, that one Christmas movie we're always talking about.
What are you talking about? See, this is exactly what I'm talking. I don't know what we're talking about. I don't know what we've talked about.
Fucking the Stooges. The Holy
Stooges?
Ghost.
You mean the one that Ian just mentioned like 10 minutes ago?
No,
It's a Wonderful Life?
No. It was the Three Ghosts. The Three
Oh,
Ghosts. The Winter Wonder.
How dare you accuse the Three Stooges, who were Jewish, of being in like a Christmas Carol?
Oh my God.
It wasn't a Christmas Carol.
The name of the movie is A Christmas Carol. There were no Stooges in it.
Heretical, apoplectic. No, I don't even know what that word means. Blasphemous.
Winter Carol.
The Three Stooges would never have signed on to be in a Christmas movie. They just wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
Ghosts of Christmas Past.
That's A Christmas Carol. That's the name
That's the
of
name
the
of
play.
those are
It's the name of the book.
ghosts,
It's the
sure,
name of
but
the movie.
He had already said A Christmas Carol, and you're still trying to think of the title.
That didn't sound right. It didn't sound correct.
That's the name of the thing.
It's fine.
I thought the Christmas Carol was the one with the kid that shot his eyeball out with a BB gun.
No, that's A Christmas Story.
Come on, man. Get your Christmas movies right.
Not to be confused with Christmas Vacation, which is another movie.
Lampoon Vacation.
Help us get to the mental hospital and figure out these memory issues.
Maybe you can visit us at this email address.
Yeah, theedgeoftalking@gmail.com. Send us some helpful tips about memory. And subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is The Edge of Talking Podcast, and Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
I want to see those comments in those subscriptions.
Comment.
On the next episode, our topic will be home.
Oh, what a nice topic.
You all know where the heart is.
That's right. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
.org.
The whole shebang.
Saying sex.